बन जाता अब ठीक है ठीक है हंगर अच्छे अच्छों को बदल देता That hurt. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers. Because you get a little angry when you're hungry. Because you get confused when you're hungry. You get a little loopy when you're hungry. You're a right pain when you're hungry. Yeah. Have a Snickers, will you? Better? Better.
You're not you when you're hungry.
But why?
Hello, Gebram de Bestonia.
Have you ever been on the top of a tall building with a friend and thought to yourself, I could push her? Or felt a sudden urge to jump? Maybe on a bridge or a cliff? The thought is troubling. Yes, but it is common. Normal even. We won't rule out the possibility that you might be a psychopath. But we assure you that these thoughts don't prove that you are. All you are is a victim of your brain's stupidity. You have probably heard that the remedy when you are feeling low, when your mood is off, when all you want to do is watch already watched episodes of Office or Friends, is drinking a full glass of water. And as most of us have experienced, it works. A simple glass of water makes you feel better. Isn't that weird? Why would something like that ever work? I'm sure you have met people in your life who, despite how wrong you know they are in an argument, will never recede. They might, in fact, convince you otherwise, which you only realize in retrospect. Why can't they just see that they are wrong? And what do all the three situations have in common? Cognitive dissonance is the experience of holding two inconsistent thoughts or beliefs. For example, if you believe that killing animals is wrong, which hopefully you do, but if you are also a meat eater, then at one point in your life you have battled yourself to resolve the issue. Whether you reach the conclusion by going completely vegan or making up a story to tell yourself that your meat consumption is not as bad as some other more prevalent issues in the world of animal abuse, or that life is about fun and you shouldn't care. You have had the conversation with yourself.
That's Cooking by Eva Batch. There is a creamy plant milk.
We seek to correct this inconsistency because cognitive dissonance is physically uncomfortable. So, when you are standing on that building, you look down the building. It is high, scary, dangerous, terrifying. Your primitive brain, the unconscious one, the instinct, the one that only knows how to not think and do what is necessary in the moment, pulls you. It shifts your balance to the back of your body and you take a step back. But your conscious brain is confused. Nothing was pushing you. You weren't falling. Why were you pulled? It doesn't know, but it must. Cognitive dissonance. So it cooks up a story to tell you. The reason you were pulled back is because you actually wanted to jump. In a dimly lit room, one that has a big mirror, stand in front of the mirror and stare in the eyes of your reflection. According to a research article by Giovanni Caputo, in less than a minute, people started seeing their faces deforming. Some started seeing their faces changing into their parents' faces, some an unknown child, some saw cats and pigs, and some monsters. A Reddit thread called The Strange Face in the Mirror Illusion has multiple accounts of people trying this activity out for themselves. No one knows the explanation behind the phenomenon as of yet. However, part of it is thought to be because your brain was bored, so it started playing games. That isn't even hyperbole. Your visual neurons bore themselves looking at an unchanging phase, so they shut down and the phase starts fading away. So the brain has to fill in the gaps using its own imagination. In fact, this is the same reason why these dots disappear if you stare at the cross for some time. Why does drinking water cure your sadness? Because you were never sad. You were just dehydrated, thirsty. Your body knew something was wrong but couldn't figure out what. So it made up a little white lie. If this explanation is making you angry, maybe you are just hungry. Grab a Snickers.